Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures, and today I have something so awesomely obscure and such a blast from the past. I am truly unboxing my childhood today. Now, what I'm about to show, and you obviously looked at the, you know, thumbnail if you're watching this, is a beauty of a box. The Tower of the Night. A fantasy adventure playset of over 40 pieces. So this was a line of figures that came out from DFC, Dimensions for Children, and was part of their Dragon Riders of the Styx, which was a G.I. Joe-sized line of very inarticulated fantasy trope figures, of which I owned just about all of them. But that's not what this kit is. This is a set of like carrying cases, you can see here, and there were quite a few of them. Now, this is the one that I had. I absolutely remember as a kid, Fires of Shandar, the fire demons. It comes with like a whole cardboard volcano with lava men. So anyway, back to what I'm just like rambling at this point. So my dad was at like a toy soldier show with my son, and I, for whatever reason, I remember talking about these things with him, and he saw this there and he had to grab it. So thank you, Dad. Appreciate that much. But absolutely, I loved playing with these as a kid. So you can get a look here. This totally, truly, absolutely was a major impact on me growing up. Now, obviously not this set, but you have a bunch of cardboard that you can build into a piece of terrain, and then a big plastic playmat like so, and a pile, and I mean a pile of cheesy little plastic dudes. So you can see here we've got, what do we got in here? Lifelike giant dragon. Okay, knights, orcs, demons, and wizards. Okay. So yeah. Now, how cool is this? This thing has not even been opened or touched yet. That is freaking cool. And you know what I'm going to do? Absolutely mess with it. Hell yes. So, for those of you who grew up in the 70s and 80s, you remember those really cheesy Halloween smocks, those costumes? That's what this smells like right now. So you can get kind of a look here at, I mean, it's just pretty generic, but the fact that they included this was really cool, I thought. And the cardboard is, well, the cardboard has probably seen better days, but I don't think it was supposed to survive a good 30 plus years. I mean, it's very simple papercraft stuff. Do I really want to try to build it? I might let my kid try. I might actually flatten it out first. And it's just very cheesy graphics. It's nothing special, nothing fancy. But, man, you got your bang for your buck. And literally, this was like a buck. Check that out. Toys R Us, $1.90. I mean, that would have been cheap back then even. When I was a kid. In the olden days. I mean, hell, I can remember G.I. Joes. You know, the old 3 3/4 inch guys were like under $4. My dad had it down to memorize. We were a hardcore G.I. Joe family. So I remember distinctly my dad knew exactly how much us as kids needed to have with change for tax for a single individual G.I. Joe at Toys R Us. Spent a lot of time at Toys R Us, let me tell you. All right. Oh, God, the stench. Whew. Whew. Sit. Actually, the detail's not all that bad. These dudes are big, though. Is this a giant? Did I say there was a giant? This doesn't look like a knight. I'll tell you that much. A little bit too big for 28mm gaming. Let's get the lifelike dragon. I'm like, these things like need some serious, like a hose down or something. That's a good sized dragon. This is like early 80s. I want to say like probably maybe 83, 84. These things were out. At least the dragon can stand. One of our knights. Do I want to paint one of these? Am I that crazy? This droopy arrow. Hey, you know what? I'll consider that a major plus, that the fact that he actually has a bowstring. These are some chunky orcs. And look at that. The pig nose, just like they used to have. Not your daddy's orcs. Pretty big figures. I guess that's one advantage of the size, is that they actually can stand. Are all my orcs in the same pose? No! No, they are not! I've got a spear. These are slimy. Maybe that's what you get for having the plastic degrade over 30 years in the bag. Maybe these guys are knights too. They make me think of giants, but look at that flash. They're actually shorter. It's the wizard! Hello, gentlemen. I know magic. Not to be outdone by the red team, the blue team shall have their wizard as well. What's that pose? Like a linebacker. Come on, boys, let's go. Plenty of archers. We have the rather bored-looking man-at-arms. Quite stiff. You know what else? I had tons of these kinds of like cheap supermarket plastic figures. Here's one of the demons. Is he wearing pants, or he's just got hairy legs? He's got hairy legs. We got some halberdiers in there with a visor that's too small, or it's just, I guess, trim for his helmet. Well, you can't complain about not getting your money's worth with this. I mean, look at this. You can like set up a whole encounter if you want to play it like a 1/32 scale. Plenty of orcs there. Huh. We got some demons in multiple poses too. That's kind of nice. I've seen like those tubes of, you know, army men type plastic figures of various fantasy stuff or horror figures. I always want to buy one. Not that I'm going to do anything with it. That's the sad thing. It just, I think they'd be neat to have. I always want to have these at school for like getting out on a rainy day with the students. I just thought that'd be fun. What? I only get one heroic knight in the box? That's a shame. Got plenty of others. I guess he's the leader. But then again, I guess since we have our guy with the morning star and the cape, no different. Ooh, boy, this stuff smells. It doesn't seem moldy or anything, at least, but look at this. Look at all this stuff you get in here. I might just do that. I might just take these, get them all cleaned up, bring them to school, and let the kids have at it and see what they do. I'm sure they'd enjoy this. I would enjoy it with them. That's the crazy thing. Oh, man. What a trip down memory lane. I mean, I used to have so much of this stuff. I remember Toys R Us used to have like these like plastic towers, and when you got them, they were full of individually sculpted figures, and they were kind of similar to all this. I loved those things, man. I remember a good friend of mine in elementary school coincidentally also had a lot of that stuff, and you know, both of us had a major impact as we got into tabletop fantasy stuff, started collecting miniatures. I mean, these are like the progenitors of my miniature collection. Very, very nostalgic. I mean, I had a ton of that stuff. I'm sure it got tossed, but oh, good times were had playing with those. So, thank you for indulging with my trip down memory lane here, and I'd love to hear if you guys had any of these sets as well. I mean, like I said, I have the Dragon Riders of the Styx, like the G.I. Joe-sized figures. I had multiples of the Dragon Man. I had one that my dad painted to detail it up, and then he had glued a pair of wings that he had made, and then we took, like, the demon's wings and, like, used rubber bands to put them on. I mean, it was hardcore, but then again, my dad was pretty hardcore about converting and making stuff on his own when it comes to tabletop stuff and hobbying. I mean, I had a honest to goodness God Phoenix from Gatchaman that he made, or G-Force, or whatever you want to call it, to scale with Star Wars figures that I could have them sit in there. That was the coolest thing I used to have as a kid. I loved it and played with it until it broke, and yeah. Anyways, I am totally rambling. I'm going to let you guys all go while I relive my childhood on my tabletop, and then I can get to making all the appropriate noises. Yeah! Yeah, no. My wife's already giving me some side-eye for that, so maybe I should shut up. All right, with that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.